Have you ever wondered where we go when we die? Is there an afterlife, or will it all end? Today, together, we will discover reincarnation. It's a mysterious law of the universe. It's written in the Buddhist scriptures and experienced by millions of people around the world. In the 1930s in India, a little girl named Sanji Devi. It shook the whole society at the time when he claims to remember his past life. From a very young age, Sanji told us in detail about my life in a strange village where you used to live with your husband and died in childbirth. The strange thing is that she's never been there, but accurately describes the house, family, and the secrets that only insiders know. When the researchers went to the village, they discovered all of Sanji's stories. It fits perfectly into a woman's life. By the name Luffy Devi, she died exactly as she described. This story is not only surprising to people, but it also interests Mahamogani. Ask for an official investigation. This is just one of thousands of instances of recollection. The past life raises the question. Ask if rebirth is real, or human memory. You can go beyond the boundaries of a life. What is the only reincarnation? Reincarnation is an important concept in many religions, especially Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. Only the cycle of birth and death that every soul has to go through from one life to another. According to this concept, people after death do not disappear, reborn into a new body, influenced by karmic actions, your thoughts and words in the past. However, most people can't remember their past lives, for when they are reborn they pass through the veil of ignorance. The memory of previous lives is hidden, except for the change in the body, new brain and life circumstances. It also loses old marks, except in some special cases, the ability to remember. Whereas the traditional Western view, especially in Christianity, they believe in a life after death, in the soul, or to heaven, to hell. Look closely. Reincarnation actually sounds mystical, but it's very clear. As a rotating stream of matter, but at a much broader macro level. Everything is an endless stream, like a drop of water in a lake. This drop of water will evaporate. It rises into the air, and then into the clouds. Make it rain and go back to the lake. In the Buddhist scriptures, the Buddha once told about his past life. Through my CA, describe his rebirths on the path to enlightenment. When the Buddha was a bodhisattva, you were born a rabbit. He lives in the forest with his 3 friends, a monkey, a coyote, and an otter. These animals, they are all good-hearted beings. He regularly helps the poor. One day, the gods like to watch CA, the king of heaven. I want to try the bodhisattva. He became a poor old man. Wander into the forest and ask for food. The otter quickly found a fish and offered it to the old man. The wild dog found some leftover meat and offered up. The monkey picked the fruit to make an offering. The rabbit has nothing to offer outside my own body. So he told the old man, my meat is the purest food that we can give. Please take it to feed yourself. The rabbit jumped into the fire to give his body. But God likes it. I am moved by this selfless sacrifice. It was time to use its power to turn into a cold wind. Put out the fire, save the rabbit. Then to honor the noble heart, I like to carve a rabbit on the moon. And from there the rabbit is still on the moon. To this day, these stories don't just reflect cause and effect. It's also a profound moral lesson about compassion, wisdom, and patience. The scriptures also describe the 6 realms of rebirth, the cycle of birth and death that all beings are caught up in by his own karma. A place where all beings have great blessings, live in peace and happiness, but still not out of reincarnation. There are blessed beings in the Atula, but a lot of anger, relentless struggle full of envy and jealousy. The human realm is considered to have the greatest opportunity to practice because there's enough suffering and happiness. It helps people to become enlightened and escape from samsara, the animal kingdom where animals live under the influence of ignorance and lack of wisdom. The demon realm is for sentient beings suffering from greed, selfish domination, living in constant hunger and suffering. a place of great suffering in hell. Created by evil karma, it is the lowest level in existence. These 6 realms are not fixed realms. It's constantly changing according to the karma of sentient beings. By practicing the Dharma, people can escape the cycle of rebirth and reach nirvana, where there is no suffering. How does reincarnation happen? In Buddhism, the moment of death, it's not a complete end. It's a transition to a new life. It's called a warm body. This is a long phase from death to rebirth. Usually from a few days to 49 days. It depends on each person's karma. Many people believe that. Hope you can go home in the early days after losing. That's why Asayo has 49 days in Buddhism. When the body stops working, the mind does not disappear immediately, but leaves the body. In the process, the dead can see their whole life. Like a slow-motion picture, every action, thoughts, and good and evil karma are clearly visible. Some people feel the strange light. Some people hear mysterious sounds, or seeing scary images, depending on the career created. Many people have experienced it. They need to tell themselves that they find themselves separated from the body, observing yourself from the outside, or meet the bright lights. Some people remember the good and the shame done in my life. Like a friend summing up karma beforehand. When reborn, depending on karma, your mind will be drawn into a new world. It's like a seed. Find the right environment to grow. If he has good karma, they can be reborn in the human or heavenly realms. The opposite, if they have bad karma, they can fall into the animal kingdom, hungry devil, or hell. So in the case of forever not regenerating, where are they if they're not in the 6 realms of rebirth? In the view of most beings after death, you will soon be reborn in one of the 6 realms of existence, depending on karma. However, there are cases where the mind is trapped, cannot be reincarnated immediately. In these cases, it can fall into an intermediate state, not in any of the 6 worlds, but still exists in a subtle form. The reason may be that the person died unjustly, murdered, suffer extreme pain, or carry great anger. They can get stuck in the middle, can't escape. The mind is too heavy with thoughts, hatred, or regret, not pure enough to find a place of rebirth, or too deeply involved in the feeling, property of power. When a person clings too strongly to wealth, fame of relatives, they may not accept death. I can't let go and I'm stuck in the middle. These people can feel the world, the living, but can't communicate or influence it, leading to a sense of suffering. If this sentient being extends the time of rebirth, the more they will face suffering. Wandering in the middle. Suffering because there is nobody. You can't interact with the physical world. If you can't recite the blessings, they can continue to hold on, fall into a vicious cycle that can't escape. There are also cases of higher consciousness, voluntarily not regenerated. This is the meditative state of enlightened beings. Some Zen masters, enlightened one, it's able to completely control regeneration. They can choose not to be reborn, but stay in the intermediate state for enough to be reborn into a world in accordance with my wishes. Some great masters can leave their bodies untouched, evidence that the mind doesn't disintegrate.